Hello, my name is Denise Blaschko, and I'm with the South Okanagan Chamber of Commerce. We cover the areas of Okanagan Falls, Oliver, Osoyoos, and all the areas in between and surrounding those communities. We're here today to find out more information about a fun business opportunity for local businesses in our area, and it's called the Recycling Makeover Challenge. It's being put on by the Regional District of the Okanagan-Similkameen. So today we have Nicole from GreenStep Solutions in Kelowna to share more information with us about this initiative and tell us how our local South Okanagan businesses can get involved. So hello to Nicole, and we'll let her take away.
Thanks very much, Denise. Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in today to learn more about the Regional District of Okanagan-Similkameen's Recycling Makeover Challenge. Just to give you an idea of what we're going to talk about today, I'm going to introduce you to the Recycling Makeover Challenge, as well as to some of the tools and resources that the RDOS has available that you can access at any time to help you improve your recycling practices and realize cost savings. So first, to get started, we have the Recycling Makeover Challenge, which is a new program that we are unrolling throughout the RDOS. Where we're inviting businesses to join a challenge by pledging to implement one action that will improve waste diversion at their business or multifamily residential building. Program participants can sign up to receive a free guided on-site recycling makeover and mini training session brought to you by GreenStep Solutions. You can access free tools and resources to help you work towards your waste diversion goals and ultimately become a recycling champion. Participants who complete an action and submit evidence will be entered to win will be entered into a draw to win prizes. So let's move this slide over. So how do you participate? So we've made it really easy. There's 4 basic steps to participating. First, we'd ask you to visit recyclingmakeover.com to sign up. On this website, you'll pick your challenge and you'll take the pledge. Once you take the pledge, we send you a follow-up email with further information, including links to the RDOS Business Toolkit and guidance on how to complete the challenge. Once you get the toolkit, you can take a look at it and learn some new things about how to go about the challenge, and you would complete the challenge. Once you're done, we'll ask you to submit some evidence at recyclingmakeover.com, and you'll be entered to win prizes. So I think right now it's a great time to take a look at this website so you can see what it looks like. This is the landing page for the Recycling Makeover Challenge. And if you just scroll down here, you've got the choice between the multifamily building pledge or the business pledge. We're going to focus on the business side of things, but in case there are any multifamily property managers on, the multifamily building pledge is for the property managers, not for the residents. So if you are a resident and you're interested in participating, please do speak with your property manager. So for businesses, you would select the business pledge here, and it will open up the pledge page. And here we're asking you to complete one of 3 very simple pledges, and you'll enter your contact information and click take the pledge and enter to win. And that's as easy it is to join the program. Go back to my slides here. So what are the challenges? So we've got 3 options. The first one is really exciting. You can book a free on-site recycling makeover and mini training session with a recycling specialist from GreenStep. Space is limited. We have 40 spaces for businesses across the RDOS. There's also 10 for the multifamily property managers. During this 1-hour appointment, a specialist from GreenStep will come to your business and will take a look at the infrastructure that you have in place for recycling, and we'll make custom recommendations for how you can improve your recycling practices. Again, it's completely free, and it's nice to have that one-on-one time with someone to really dive into the questions that you have and see how you can improve things. If you're more interested in the do-it-yourself approach, a second challenge that you can take on would be to complete a waste assessment to identify opportunities for improvement. And you can add signage and labels to your existing infrastructure to help guide people in how to recycle better. And again, we do have some tools and resources to help you with that, and I'll show you those in a few minutes. The third thing that you can do is engaging your team to brainstorm ideas on how to improve your recycling practices. It's always really nice to involve your team in these practices because you get a little bit more buy-in to your program, and they're more likely to participate in a meaningful way in your recycling program as it exists. So there's a few ways that you can do this. You can have just a brainstorming session and see what everyone thinks about your recycling program and how they think that you can make some improvements. Or you can do something more formal, like starting a green team that would meet on a regular basis to discuss, you know, waste and recycling sometimes, but also other sustainability initiatives that you can take on to improve your business. So that's the Recycling Makeover Challenge in a nutshell. Again, what we ask is that you take some photos while you're completing your challenge. So if you're adding posters, just take some posters or some pictures rather, of you hanging your posters, or take a photo of your green team meeting, and then you can go back to recyclingmakeover.com. Upload your photos, and you'll be entered in additional chances to win. You also get entered into chances to win just for taking the pledge, so we hope you will participate in that. We're going to move on to the next slide here. So we're also giving you some support in completing these challenges. The RDOS rather, sorry, has completed or has created business toolkits to help you improve your recycling practices. So that's available on the RDOS website, which the link is right down here at the bottom. If anyone has been on the RDOS website recently, and so this is being recorded on September 10th, you may have noticed that some of the links on the RDOS website aren't currently working. But normally, you will be able to access all these toolkit items from the RDOS website. In the meantime, you can email me to get them. I'll put my contact information later. But right now, we're just going to go through the toolkit so you can have an idea of what is there to support you through the challenge, or in general to support you through improving your recycling practices. So to start, if you do sign up for the challenge, we will send you these resources so that you'll have them in your inbox, making it nice and easy for you to access them. In the toolkit, we've got lots of great information to address a variety of barriers that you may have experienced, while also providing opportunities for continuous improvement. For example, those who don't yet have a recycling program in place, there is information on how to select a service provider, including a directory of haulers currently operating throughout the region. For those that have programs in place and they're looking to go a little bit further, there's guidance and tools for conducting a physical or visual waste audit, tips for starting a green team or employee engagement program, and tips for right-sizing your bins to match your business needs. Right-sizing your bins is a great opportunity to potentially find some cost savings, because if you've got a bin that's too big for your needs, or it's being picked up too frequently for your needs, you can speak with your hauler to see if you can get either a smaller bin or less frequent pickups. So let's take a look at some of these toolkit items. First, we have the how-to guide. This is a great place to start no matter where you are in your recycling journey. Whether you're looking to implement your first program or whether you're looking to work towards being zero waste to landfill at your business, this guide has a lot of great information to get you started. I'm just going to pull up the toolkit actually so we can take a look at what's inside of it. So this is a relatively short document. It's only about 7 pages. And at the beginning, we've got a table of contents so you can quickly navigate to the sections that most interest you. And we've got a lot of very simple instructions on first understanding your business's needs. So what are you going to recycle? How big of a bin do you need? And we're going to help give you some guidance on how to determine those things. We are also giving you some tips on finding out what you can recycle in the region, because of course, it all depends on what the haulers are picking up. So making sure that you put the right materials into your recycling bin will help the whole process and ensure things do get recycled at the end of the day. We'll give you some tips on restoring your recycling and adding signage, and how to start your new program. If you're just starting a new program, you want to let your employees and other people at your business know how to properly use it and that the program now exists. And so we'll give you some tools and tips for that, as well as how to monitor and measure your success and some ideas for reducing your waste disposal costs, such as right-sizing your bins. Okay, we'll go on to the next one. So the second thing that you could do for your challenge would be to conduct a waste audit at your business. So this might be a visual or a physical waste audit. If it's a visual audit, what we're asking you to do is to look into your bins, whereas a physical waste audit usually involves some form of sorting. So you're physically removing your items and putting them into different piles to see how much of each type of material you have. What you're looking to do is determine the approximate waste volume, weight, and composition of the materials that you throw away. If you find that you're throwing away a lot of paper in your garbage, then that's a perfect place to start. Start recycling that paper. Call some haulers and find out who's got a paper program on offer and which programs best suit your needs. Through the audit, you can identify opportunities to improve your waste management. If you do have a paper program in place, but you're still finding lots in the waste, then you know that that's a great opportunity for some engagement. You need signage, you need to talk to your team members and remind them that they can recycle that material while on site. And you can compare your performance to best practices or to similar organizations, or you can compare your performance year over year if you do waste audits every year or twice a year even. So if you were to do a waste audit now and then implement a paper program, you could do another waste audit in 6 months and see how that's changed things, which is really interesting. You're looking to measure your success of these programs. To support you with this, I will flip back over to my documents. We have a very detailed document on how to conduct a waste audit, which gives a lot of tips. It starts off at the top with the equipment that's required and what your goals are. So a great place to start to see if this is an ideal action for you to take at your business. And we also have a waste audit form to help you record the results of your waste audit. You know, here we've got an opportunity to list the weight and the volume of the materials that you collect. You could do one, you could do the other, or you can do both. And we're just giving you an idea of the different types of waste that you want to take a look at, and use that to come up with some plans at the end. We've got a worksheet so that you can take those results and decide how you want to handle them. So that's the waste audit. Okay. We've also got signage and posters available for download on the RDOS website normally, but again, I can email those to you if you're interested. Having signage is really helpful for making improvements because it provides guidance to people who need to throw things away. So what we recommend is you take the signage and you put it at eye level above your bins so that when people are approaching the bins to throw something away, they've got that guidance right there. So there's the garbage sign and below it is the garbage bin, and right beside that you'd have the recycling sign and the recycling bin, so they can choose where's best to throw away the item that they have in hand. There's different kinds of signage that we have on offer. Let me just go on over to the signage. So we've got signage with icons, so just very simple pictures that show you what can be placed into that material. But we also have signage with photos, and I don't seem to have that available right now. But another thing that we have available is a guidance document that shows the best practices for having those signage and having that signage in place, color schemes, and the types of bins you might want to use. So we'll talk you through that through this document. We'll give you some tips on making your own recycling signs if you want to make them so that they're branded to your organization or suit your brands or suit your business's brand a little bit better than the signs that we do have. But we also make some recommendations for color scheme, because color scheme is something that you often find to be consistent from one place to another. So you often see blue as the symbol for recycling, and having that remain the same at your business will reduce confusion as well. So that's another great document that we can send you if you're interested in the toolkits. Going back to talk about the green team, again, there's documents available in the toolkit to describe what a green team is and how best to use one. But quite simply, a green team is a group of employees who work to reduce environmental impacts of your daily workplace operations and staff behaviors. You should aim to have representation across all areas of your organization, including senior management, which is really important to make sure that anything that you do implement will be followed by the rest of the team members. But by engaging your employees and asking for their input and suggestions on how you can improve the sustainability of your business, you can definitely increase their participation in any initiatives that you're going to implement. By including them in the decision-making process, of course, you're going to get their buy-in a little bit easier. So that's what we do recommend there. And again, starting if you don't have a program in place. I'll show you these documents that I'm referring to here, but there's quite simply just a few steps to get started for recycling. You can check out the Commercial Waste and Recycling Services Business Directory that we've created, showing how many haulers are operating in the RDOS and whereabouts they operate. You can read the suggested questions to ask your hauler to help guide your initial conversations with the haulers to make sure that you're getting the services you need and that you understand what services they're going to provide. And then finally, we also recommend, once again, that you start with paper and cardboard recycling if you don't recycle yet. The reason we say to start with cardboard and paper is that they're very easily recognizable materials, and it's a really good place to start. It's material that can be recycled in all kinds of applications. And again, it's quite easy to start there. And most of the haulers will provide a paper and cardboard only recycling program. So that's a great place to start. Looking back at the toolkit items, so we've got the questions to ask your existing or potential hauler. So again, if you do have an existing program, you can refer to this document just to make sure that you're understanding what services you're being provided. So you can ask them questions about their company, such as what industries they specialize in or what regions they serve. You can ask them questions about the contracts that you'll be signing, whether it automatically renews or whether you have to renew that on an annual basis. You can ask them questions about invoicing and how that works, and how much the services cost. So while some of this may seem very straightforward, we don't always think about these things when we're having those initial conversations. When you're asking about the pickup service, we recommend that you specify what materials they will pick up. And if you've got any specific items that you're looking to recycle, ask specifically about those and how they handle them, where they go, and things like that. Whether or not they provide containers for in your space or whether it's just the bins outside, and how you prepare your items to be picked up. So lots of great suggestions here about questions to ask them. And again, we do have a document with that shows all the different haulers that are in place in the RDOS. So we can definitely send that to you as well. And so again, so to access these toolkits, you can join the Recycling Makeover Challenge and we will send them over to you. Or you can email me, Nicole at greenstep.ca. I can send them over to you by email. And once the RDOS website is up and running again, this is the link right here to access those and download them yourself. I'll put this back up here. Again, these are the steps for joining the Recycling Makeover Challenge. You visit recyclingmakeover.com, pick your challenge and take the pledge. You'll get your follow-up email with instructions and the toolkit pieces that are appropriate for the challenge that you've selected. You access the toolkit, complete your challenge, and take some photos, and then submit your photos as evidence at www.recyclingmakeover.com, and you'll be entered to win prizes. I will now flip it over to Denise to see if you have any questions.
That is fantastic. Pretty exciting and good information for a lot of our businesses. Of course, we have some businesses that maybe don't have anything, all the way to, you know, some other businesses that have a fairly, you know, worked out recycling program in place. So question for you is, in terms of the 40 businesses in our region, is it any industry, any size of business, you know, wineries, agriculture, 4 people in a business, 100 people in a business? Are there any guidelines around that?
No, any business within the RDOS is eligible to join. Again, we do have 1 hour, so a larger business, we may need to focus on specific areas and do some more generalized conversations, whereas a smaller business, we may be able to look at all their bins that they have in place. With that, we also provide some signage and some stickers for your bins. And again, for smaller businesses, it may be a sufficient amount to cover all the bins that they have in place, whereas a larger business may need to access some of these downloadable signage to get additional signage for additional places where they are recycling. But all industries, all business sizes, they're all welcome to sign up and participate in the challenge.
Okay, excellent. And then another question was, in terms of timelines. Any timeline for signing up? Any timelines for completion in a perfect world?
Yep. So you are welcome to visit recyclingmakeover.com and sign up today. If you are looking for one of the on-site makeovers, then someone from GreenStep will give you a call to schedule that. There are certain days that will be in certain municipalities throughout the region, but we do try to find a date that works for the business as well. We're currently booking Recycling Makeover starting at the end of the month. And the idea is that the program will hopefully be wrapped up by the end of November.
Okay, that's great. You know, pretty exciting. And I look forward to hearing about some of the businesses that participate and how it goes for them. And perhaps we can get you back again maybe after the challenge is over and talk about how that all went and some of the really good successes that happened, and perhaps some other initiatives for going green here for our South Okanagan businesses, because it certainly is becoming a more and more important in today's world, and certainly businesses are really starting to step up and make this more of a priority in their day-to-day operations. So really glad to see that the RDOS and GreenStep Solutions is putting this on. And like I said, we'll perhaps bring you back, Nicole, for another follow-up in the near future. And I encourage everybody to reach out to Nicole to find out more information about the program. And you know, certainly reach out to us if you have any questions about sort of what we're doing for green up and down our South Okanagan area. And yeah, we look forward to seeing everybody again on a few more videos as we invite more guests like Nicole and talk and get to know everybody a bit more. So thanks everyone for joining us. Have a great week, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks, Nicole.
Thank you.